We were running a scenario, a drill out at Island Ford. When we were returning from lunch, we were driving right behind the building that was on fire.
Grabbed the radio and called dispatch and let them know, hey, we need a full assignment to see to run for a working apartment fire.
We all wanted to get over there because we knew the most important thing was to make sure everybody was out of the building. Before I even stopped, they all had their doors open, getting out, and ran immediately and started knocking on doors.
Like it's just instincts with us. Like Clay said, all the doors were open and we knew we had to go knock on doors. First priority is life safety. So the first thing we think about are the residents.
As I walked into a breezeway, there's a bunch of people already walking out. Obviously, some new, and there was a guy walking around knocking on doors. And we just knocked on doors until made sure everybody that we could get out was out.
The people in the building they couldn't see what was going on. What we saw was the back of the building catching on fire. By the time we got around to the front of the building, it was already through the roof and burning through the roof. There was black smoke coming out of both ends of the eaves. It means that the fire is pretty progressed in the attic space.
As these guys were going in, I was still on the radio talking to dispatch to let everybody know what was going on, the progression of the fire, and what steps we were taking at the time to mitigate the situation.
I parked my vehicle and turned on a recorder, and we have timestamps of how long it was when each thing happened because of that video. Gabe was familiar with the building, and one of the residents that was there, he was handicapped to a degree that he couldn't get around by himself.
I knocked on the door, he opened the door, and I recognized who he was, and I ran over to the balcony and yelled at whoever I found, happened to be Clay, and said, hey, I need help. And I mean, we just helped him get some of his stuff and got him out.
At this time, everything's moving fast. You know, it's moving slow to us, but it's moving fast, and they already getting the guy down, and by that time, another truck's pulling up, and my next instinct, okay, we got to start getting water on the fire.
We also know that when the first fire truck's coming in, they're going to need water. We're going to need a lot of water. A lot of information that you've got to process throughout the entire incident.
Every shift, we're training at least 2 to 4 hours every shift on that checklist, on different checklists for type of calls that we run.
When you listen to the radio traffic and when the units were arriving and watched the fire as it happened, had we not been there, the gentleman that we got out, nobody else even made it to that floor until all the roofs were collapsed up there. So he didn't know it was burning and wouldn't have been able to get out. And a minute and a half after we got him out, he would have been trapped. He didn't realize the situation that he was in. Even though when we did finally start backing out of the bedroom, I mean, our ears were burning. Gabe,
It was hot.
he said thank you. He said he really appreciated it for saving his life. There's several people in several of the apartments that would not have gotten away so easily had we not been there.